flu.
A touch of bird flu? How about none? You see, none of these birds, hundreds of them, have ever actually been tested for the bird flu. The CFIA keeps refusing to test them. Instead, it wants to kill the entire flock based on 2 deceased carcasses last year, 10 months ago, testing positive with overcycled PCR tests. Now, some of the herd did die from whatever illness swept through them late last year, less than 15%. But the farmers have consistently said, why are we killing the healthy and asymptomatic ones, now over 270 days healthy?
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'll just be expected. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
I think that ostrich is sick.
Bessie, no, she's not sick. She's just an arsehole.
The Canadian Food Inspection Agency says the ostriches need to be destroyed. They allege that you haven't been taking good care of the birds.
How dare they? What's this country coming to if a man can't keep himself and raise 400 ostriches? I'm not going to stand by with my head in the sand. The CFIA has these birds worried sick. Thanksgiving was just the other day, and these ostriches were so upset they barely touched their turkey.
It's not a man raising the ostriches, it's families. This is their livelihood. The birds are their property. And this is what they're dealing with in Thanksgiving, having to look at the CFIA with their herd and also look above them as RCMP swirls around them with their drones. They have zero privacy over Thanksgiving, not to mention the amount of resources we're paying for this operation to continue happening. I would estimate it's hundreds of thousands of dollars a day. Meanwhile, extortion shootings keep happening in Surrey. They've got Surrey RCMP deployed and from elsewhere. This isn't funny to make fun of a farmer's plight over Thanksgiving, but nevertheless, it's the CBC.
Okay, but some famous American politicians have gotten involved. Robert Kennedy Jr. has asked for the birds to be studied, not killed. Dr. Oz offered to rehome the birds on his Florida ranch.
That's right, except it's not just some famous politicians. It's the United States top medical health officials who have said, Canada, what the heck are you doing killing these birds? Because if you didn't know, in the last few years, they're not for human consumption. No, the farmers tapped into a very promising industry in therapeutic antibody research because ostrich eggs are full of antibodies. The farmers believe, with the scientists in Japan, that they neutralize the COVID-19 vaccine. And when they pitched it to Canada during lockdowns, would it surprise you to know that Canada wasn't very interested in this research, but they're certainly interested in killing it now that the farmers say, hey, wait, if these birds have avian flu, that means they're in the prime position for us to do the same thing with that virus and help fight that flu so you don't have to keep culling animals for no reason. But I guess that doesn't make Big Pharma very happy since their answer to everything, of course, is to get a vaccine.
Florida? What do you think we are? Not species bird flu, not mad cow disease.
Okay, but the court order says that since the outbreak began, some 70 ostriches have died. And didn't another ostrich die just last week?
Here you go. What malicious framing that was. You see, the CBC is not bringing you the fair side of the story. Propaganda doesn't necessarily lie to you. It convinces you to lie to yourself. So the CBC knows all well that, just like I told you, but they're not, that bird that died last week had nothing to do with an illness. It was injured. And then we published evidence that it was then neglected by the CFIA when the farmers couldn't care for it and likely died of dehydration. And that's despite the farmers begging to give them life-saving electrolytes. That bird's name was Spirit. It is dead. And it is sickening to see the CBC mislead the public into thinking that Spirit died from the avian flu.
Well, we still have 399 healthy ostriches. That's 398 birds who have nothing wrong with them. There's 397 birds with the right to live. The government has their way. There will be 396 birds left. They want to kill all 395 birds. Well, I plan to save all 394 of them. Bessie! Bessie! Bessie, girl, talk to me! Mouth the beak!
Is she?
Bessie! 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 Ah!
Good luck with the case.
Now, maybe there's some of you watching saying, calm down. Haven't you ever seen a joke? This is comedy. No, this is the type of comedy that would make communist China's Xi Jinping smile. This is the type of comedy that wants you to laugh now and think later or think never.